The Matrixx and Rhodes show, and we are back with another video. And we're going to be talking about somebody that we really do love to talk about on black and white sports, even though this is not black and white sports. And I'm talking about LeBron James because you guys may have known this, that LeBron James had a movie that dropped last week. It was called Space Jam: A New Legacy. I guess you can call it a sequel to the first Space Jam that came out with Michael Jordan in 1996. However, it seems that that movie actually fared much better than this movie by one LeBron James. Now, LeBron James, he wants to be better than Michael Jordan. He wants everybody to believe that he is better than Michael Jordan. Now, the director of the first Space Jam movie has come out, and he has absolutely slammed LeBron James. He actually said he is no Michael Jordan. He actually absolutely destroyed this movie that LeBron James starred in. And I actually can watch this movie if I want to right now. I can, because it's on HBO Max. I have HBO Max for free because I have AT&T for my internet. But I'm not going to watch this movie. I have no desire whatsoever to watch anything with LeBron James. I used to watch the NBA, but the NBA went in a completely different direction than what I wanted it to go into, so I have tuned out the NBA. Now, last weekend, LeBron James put out this tweet. When Space Jam: A New Legacy was released and the numbers came out, it was #1 at the box office. And he puts out a tweet, "Hi haters." Because Space Jam: A New Legacy, it says here, steals ball away from Black Widow. And the only reason why that movie ended up stealing the weekend from Black Widow is because Black Widow had an historic collapse. I mean, Black Widow dropped like 80%. 80% in the second weekend. LeBron James, he got pretty cocky. He got extremely cocky, folks. And looks like his chickens are coming home to roost, because now, check this out, guys. We actually have the Friday numbers. The Friday to Friday drop off for Space Jam 2. And I'm wondering now, what does LeBron James have to say about this? This is from Forbes here. Scott Mendelson. You guys used to watch my old videos. Yeah, we used to talk about him. He wrote this article here. Check this out. Friday box office. Space Jam plunges 77%. As Black Widow fails to get a bounce. So Black Widow is still decreasing, but Space Jam: A New Legacy is going the same route as Black Widow. So LeBron James, pretty cocky last Friday. But your movie has pretty much failed the same way that Black Widow has. I wonder what he has to say about this. And Scott Mendelson, I don't think that he's a fan of Space Jam: A New Legacy. You know, he's definitely all into the Disney Star Wars movies, even though he hated The Rise of Palpatine because he loved Star Wars: The Last Jedi. But let's move on here. In this article here, you'll actually see, I'm going to actually read it here for you, because we know that Space Jam also is not getting a Chinese release. It will not debut in China as of right now. LeBron's CCP brethren over there in China have turned their back on him, and this movie is probably going to lose $100 million without China. LeBron James destroys Looney Tunes. It says here, after it was actually mentioning Black Widow, it says, meanwhile, NATO bagging on Black Widow and folks arguing that the slight underperformance of a prequel starring a dead character was proof that superhero fatigue had finally arrived, provided a nice distraction for Warner Brothers. Space Jam: A New Legacy. Yes, $31 million was a better than hope debut weekend, but we're still talking about a $150 million flick. I can't believe this thing costs $150 million. And probably another, $50 million for marketing. So $200 right there, $200 million right there. But it goes $150 million flick with uncertain overseas prospects that had little chance to reach $100 million domestic. And now the LeBron James Bugs Bunny flick earned just $3.075 million dropped 77% on his second Friday, setting up a likely 8.8 million, which is down 72%. Second weekend gross and 50.9 million 10-day accumulation. That's bad no matter how you slice it. Among the 10 worst drops ever for a $30 million plus opener, and the fourth biggest for a non-horror flick on that scale. So guys, Space Jam: A New Legacy bombed. Let's just call it what it is. But LeBron James, remember, high haters. Remember that. Has LeBron James tweeted about the second weekend drop? Probably not. And guys, if you guys want Rhodes' perspective on this, he's actually going to be posting the video to Black and White Sports, because this does kind of tie into sports as well, because LeBron James, as soon as he was eliminated from the first round of the NBA playoffs, he was actually talking about, promoting Space Jam: A New Legacy. That was his offseason. It wasn't about the NBA. He was about trying to rack in those Chinese dollars, and China said, "Oh no, LeBron James, we're not going to show your movie." This is probably just poetic justice. This movie, Friday to Friday drops 77%. I mean, even a horrible movie like Star Wars: The Last Jedi, that movie dropped something like 65%, if I'm not mistaken. Space Jam: A New Legacy, when probably the whole weekend numbers in, 72%. That is pathetic, folks. Absolutely horrible for this man that believes he is the GOAT and better than Michael Jordan. This proves once again, LeBron James is no Michael Jordan. The critics absolutely hate this movie, and the only people that's really giving good reviews to this movie is the LeBron James fans, because they pretty much the only ones that have reviewed the movie. And this says a lot, man, how bad this movie is, because Black Widow, I haven't seen it, but people are saying it's not very good. That's the reason why that movie dropped off 80%. So obviously it is the same thing with Space Jam: A New Legacy. 77% drop off, because most likely it's not a very good movie, and nobody is saying that LeBron James can act whatsoever. Yeah, the supporting cast is pretty good. Don Cheadle, I'm pretty sure he's fantastic in this movie. But people went to see LeBron James, the few people that did, and he got pretty cocky. Hi, haters. What are you saying now, LeBron James? That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? The Matrixx and Rhodes show fans. I almost still want to say Black and White News fans, but this is the Matrixx and Rhodes show. Be on the lookout for future videos. We're going to try to get the watch hours up on this channel and bring you more content. That's pretty much all we have today, guys. We'll catch you next time.